Please introduce yourself briefly.
So my name is Imane. I'm French Moroccan and I'm 23 international age and I'm from France.
Which major are you studying?
I'm a political science major with a minor in Asian affairs.
Have you heard about net zero in your daily lives or something?
Yes. Actually, it's something that I'm trying to achieve, even if it's very hard, because, for example, when I came in Korea, I saw everything with plastics, with vinyls for everything, even fruits, like super sharp, like the individual package for everything. While it was something in France I was really struggling to cut off and to really, for example, use eco bags for everything and stuff.
So would you introduce the eco-friendly activities that you do back in France and here too?
First of all, I'm very interested in sustainable fashion. So most of the clothes that I buy are from thrift shops or they are from my relatives. I take their clothes basically. Or I know that I'm a very careful person with my stuff. So, for example, the shoes that I have today, I bought them in 2018. So I'm really conscious about the usage of my stuff because when I buy something, I think about it as an investment. So I really want to use them in the long way.
So, do you think it is harder to achieve net zero in Korea than in France?
I would say it's different because the two countries are very different. I would say, from my perspective, because I'm not Korean, I don't live in Korea, and I don't have the habits of Koreans. So for me, it was harder because I was seeing everything in plastics, but I was going in E-Mart, for example. But if you go to Shijang, it's not the same. You can use eco bags and stuff. So yeah, I think the dynamic, for example, in big distribution is different in Korea and in France.
So you mentioned you are interested in sustainable fashion. How come you got interested in that field?
I remember it was when I was watching a documentary about how clothes were made and how bad actually in every kind of aspect, if it's the working conditions, the condition on the environment, on everything, and even for the consumer. As a consumer, when you see that your clothes is not gonna last forever, it's gonna in 2 months or you clean it twice, it's gonna be destroyed. It's because there's a reason, and you put it. I'm the kind of person, I don't like putting money on something that is not going to last. So I was very enraged, and also when I was seeing the working conditions, because it's mostly women, poor women that are exploited, that are they really suffer because of our consumption habits.
Individual actions like using the tumbler is really meaningful or helpful in achieving the carbon neutral, or do you think the impact is too small?
If companies change their way of producing and making stuff, I think then we will see a change.
Would you tell about the French policies related to NDC or Net Zero 2050?
I think in France, compared to even neighboring countries like Germany, I think there is not so much a conscience for the environment, and I would say in France there is a huge generational gap on this topic by the youth to say we are scared and we want the environment and climate action to be at the center of the political debates, but apparently they said no.
Oh, but you said that France is not that conscious about the environment than other countries in Europe, but I knew that the Paris Agreement was actually made in Paris, and so I thought that Paris and in France is really conscious about the environment, but it's not.
I can tell you there's no news about like the environment. For example, right now since the month of May, there's a huge how is it called, like heat wave in France and in Europe in general. But like for example, I'm from the northwest. In May, usually it's like 20 degrees maximum, and when it's 20 degrees, it's like very hot. In May, it was 39 degrees. Like I've never experienced or saw or heard about my hometown being this hot. And when you look at how the news are treating the information, they're just saying, oh yeah, it's just a heat wave, no. But there's no like mention that it's linked to the environment and like global warming. There is no mention of that. And they're like on purposely like avoiding the topic and the subject because they know it's not gonna. People don't want to hear about it. I don't think France is that free in terms of information.
So the media is playing a very big role in noticing people about the serious issues in the environment.
Yeah, that's why in France we do a lot of work in social medias to share and spread information because we deeply know that the media, the TV, the radios, the newspaper are not going to share this information. So that's why we want to share. There's a lot of action on social medias.
Well, that actually makes our activity more meaningful because we're doing this on social media to spread the information.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting.
Do you use renewable energy a lot in France? Do you have like sunlight panel on your house? Or is it popular to use renewable energy like Germany, I guess?
Actually, when I went to Jeju like 10 days ago, and I was really surprised to see people in their own houses with solar panels. I was like, wow, Korea is really in advance because you have to be rich in France to access them or to live like in social housing, but like very recent social housing, and most of the time there is literally nobody living there, so like it's very inaccessible.
If you choose just one behavior of environmental behavior, what do you like to recommend people?
I would say to, for example, like short circuits, like to buy in short circuits. Like for example, instead of going to E-Mart or I don't know, to like big supermarkets, like to go directly to the producer and to buy from them because the producers will be in better quality. It will be cheaper, and yeah, I think it will be better to like go directly to the producer instead of like buying from big distribution. And also like secondhand shopping and limiting the usage of plastics. For example, always having like an eco bag or something. The tumblers, like the metallic straws. It's the kind of behavior that I have, so yeah, I would say that.
넷제로는 기업의 과제다. Net zero is company's responsibility. La neutralité carbone, c'est la responsabilité des entreprises.